Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We apologize for being slightly late. Welcome to the 11th Safe Internet Day that will bring together for a more positive internet topic. We are going to show the video that explains a bit what NIC.br and the initiative is all about.
Imaginou se você não tivesse seu direito à liberdade de expressão respeitado?
Ever thought if you wouldn't have the possibility of controlling data to be used without authorization, or if you had information leaked by financial interests? Freedom of speech, neutrality of internet are crucial for all of us. And these are just some of the 10 principles for internet in Brazil. CGI.br regulates the internet for more than 10 years in the country, thinking of constant innovation, safety, and guidelines. That has to be worked with the government and the corporate community and all other parties in society. Therefore, actions are taken through dialogue and with the participation of all stakeholders to get to consensus. That's why the governance model of Brazil has become a reference in the world. CGI.br for a better internet in Brazil. When you registered a .br domain, you are helping improve internet in Brazil because each .br domain is registered by NIC.br, the Nucleus of Information and Coordination. In addition to registration, it works with analysis and treats security incidents, as well as conduct research on indicators for the use of information technology and communication, thinking of local traffic of internet and projects that can contribute to the global development of internet. NIC.br is a civil entity, not-for-profit corporation that registers domains in a safe and trustworthy way. And part of what you pay for your domain is turned to the development of internet as a whole to the benefit of everyone. All this innovation, state-of-the-art technology, safety, and infrastructure is only possible by your .br domain. NIC.br, always seeking for the best on internet in Brazil. This event is held by SafeNet Brazil, the Steering Committee of Internet Brazil, and with silver sponsorship of Google, Instagram, and Facebook, and also the sponsorship of Telefônica and Vivo. We also have the Federal Prosecutor's Office, UNICEF Brazil, Abranet, Alana Institute, Association of Federal Police Officers, and Fed Brazil. We also thank Twitter, WAL, and D4J. The Safe Internet Day takes place simultaneously in more than 140 countries with the involvement of different parts of society, all focused on a more positive use of internet. In addition to this hub event, we have more than 95 decentralized activities helping today and along the weeks in Brazil with more than 60 cities and 20 states. We thank each one of you for being here, and for those that are online, we thank you and wish you an excellent meeting. Don't forget to use the event's hashtag to strengthen the presence of Brazil worldwide. Hashtag SID 2019, feed 2019, and hashtag Internet More Positive. Today's activities are being lively webcast at www.diadainternetsegura.org.br and on NIC.br YouTube channel, YouTube/NIC.br. Questions can be sent to the participants with the hashtag Internet More Positive. Those that are here can ask your questions in writing, delivering them to receptionists and also via the microphone that is going to be shared with the audience. We are going to start with the representatives that made this initiative possible. And I'm going to invite to the floor, representing the coordinator of CGI.br, Maximilio Matinão, Luiz Fernando Martim Cassius, advisor of CGI.br. The CEO of NIC.br, Dennis Getman. The advisor of CGI.br and president of SafeNet Brazil, Tiago Tavares. Representing the Public Prosecutor's Office, the State Prosecutor, Fernanda Domingos. The Manager of Public Policies in Facebook Brazil, Daniele Kramer. The Senior Analyst for Government Relations and Public Policies, Google Brazil, Rafaela Nicolazzi. And to welcome you to the event, I'm going to ask Luiz Fernando Martins Castro, advisor to CGI. Director of CGI.com. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm here representing our coordinator, Massimiliano, from the Ministry of Science and Technology that stayed in Brasilia today. It is an honor for CGI to support once again this important event, which is the Safe Internet Day. I congratulate Tiago on the initiative, the 11th that is already part of CGI, and for the 4th year in a row, and we see the interest and importance of this event and of the actions. We are very enthusiastic and optimistic about the growing use of internet and the perception and need to have a safer environment. Physically, legally speaking, and intellectually speaking. So coordinated actions are very important to enable us to have this understanding and consolidation of safety in the environment. Because internet is not going to reach its greater objective of bringing knowledge, wealth, and development to society without safety, without security. We have the opportunity of attending several events abroad and also hosting them here, and people unanimously understand how important trust and security is. So all efforts are welcome. They have to be coordinated. They are not a privilege or exclusive to a single entity, be it the legislative branch, the federal police, or NIC, or CGI. Everyone is involved in the same effort. So to close, I thank you all for the opportunity. I congratulate CGI and SafeNet and the coordinators that are involved in this process for a better internet. This is just a starting point or a point for us to meet again, but the idea is to refresh and remember the needs that we have in the area. So I wish you all an excellent day and that we can evolve in internet safety. Thank you very much. And now we are going to have Danny Getman, CEO of NIC.br and also advisor of CGI.br. .com. Well, good morning, everyone. It's very nice to see a full room today. It is the 11th year of this event, an international event. I've been involved with this for a long time, and I think the points to highlight, in addition to what Luis Fernando said, is that first, any initiative in the internet has to be multi-sector. We don't have a specific segment. Everyone is important. And here, we have historical actions of SaferNet to the protection of children. We have a NIC initiative for a safer internet with provider, people from technology, communications. We have SID manuals in good practices of safety. We have the internet primer. So we are generating material somehow to make people aware of the event, of the problem. We know that the internet poses risks, and we have to work somehow as to make it a safer environment. And addressing the problems of internet to make it safer, we have to think of actions in the mid and long term to try to improve what is found on the web. But realistically, the web is going to continue to be insecure throughout the world. So what is important about this meeting is for us to understand how we can work in a world that is naturally insecure and dangerous. So a safer internet is not basically just turning it a better place, which is very important, but also to teaching those that browse the internet to avoid threats and risks, because risks will be there. It's part of human nature. And just to close, in the end of the event, there is a book by Stephanie Quintanelli that was yesterday in the USP Advanced Studies course. So this book has been already translated into Portuguese, and it's going to be available in the end of the day after his talk. So I wish you all an excellent event. Now, the president of SaferNet Brazil and a member of CGI Brazil, Fernando Tavares. Good morning, everyone. I am very happy on behalf of SaferNet. I want to thank each one of you for your attendance and congratulate the team that worked so hard to hold this event. This event takes place after a very challenging year for SaferNet. In 2018, we had an increase of 109.95% in the number of communications or notifications related to online crimes. In some categories, we had an increase of 1,600%, as it is in the case of violence against women and misogyny. With regard to abuse and sexual exploitation of children, there was an increase of 79.8%, and apology to crimes against life, 104%. And other categories, especially prejudice against people from the Northeast, with an increase of 500%. And in our guidance and help channel to children, adolescents, parents, and educators that are experiencing any kind of risk or violence on the web, there was an increase of 72% in the number of people that looked for us. So these numbers show how challenging the year of 2018 was for SaferNet Brazil. However, in 2019, we started the year, and this event is proof of that, a lot more strengthened, not only because of the purpose, the cause that we embraced, and the support that we have from users, but also strengthened because of our partners. And I would like to thank NIC.br in the figure of NIC, CGI. Our coordinator is following remotely, all the directors of CGI, the Federal Public Prosecutor's Office that has been our partner since the foundation of SaferNet. Dr. Fernando knows how much work we had because of the numbers I just mentioned to verify the contents and the work that we have been doing, especially in the State Prosecutor's Office in São Paulo, which is second to none. So I would like to congratulate your team and the team of analysts that analyze the communications, as well as Google, Facebook, Instagram, Vivo, and the several institutions that partner with us for this event to take place. And each one of you that came here today and follow us hand in hand. These challenges have complex answers, and that's why we invited 25 specialists to try to help and understand the implications of these issues for the future, artificial intelligence, the advance of misinformation, the need of digital knowledge, emotional impact. So we have a full day today. We have the best specialists here today, and I have no questions that we are going to leave the day today much more inspired to find good answers for our online challenges. Thank you very much. Now, representing the Federal Public Prosecutor's Office, Dr. Fernanda Vicentes. Good morning. I am a state prosecutor in São Paulo fighting cybernetic crimes, and I'm also joint coordinator of the National Committee Against Digital Criminality. We have the support of SaferNet, which is crucial. We have a term of cooperation for whistleblowing, and they help us really to clean the net and fight violation of human rights. We also work with the prevention, and we have always counted on the participation of CGI, SaferNet, and NIC.br in prevention actions, and also education for a healthier use of the Internet. This is the 11th event of the Safe Internet Day, as it was mentioned, and I'm very proud to say that the Public Prosecutor's Office has been attending since the first version, the first issue, and we have been working to spread the word in schools, among parents, educators, to understand that the Internet is just another dimension of life, and that we have to act on it with the same dignity that we behave in the offline world, with the same rights ensured online. The topic today that talks about a more positive Internet comes in a day that we see the potentiality of the web as a fantastic tool to unite popular interests, but it has been misused because of misinformation and also because of the growth of felonies in online. For the Public Prosecutor's Office that is on the front line defending society, we have to pay very close attention to the challenges. It's not up to the public prosecutor's office or the judiciary branch to say what truth is. This is not our role. But what we want is to use technology and the technology tools like artificial intelligence to make clear who are those that are bringing misinformation to the web or that are committing crimes online to make the internet a more unsafe place. We believe that it's most important to educate internet users to protect themselves from the dangers that are in this virtual world, but also to have the right information and to be able to recognize when information is wrong and bring a proactive role seeking for reliable sources of information and also trying to make people how evil it is to populate the net with misinformation and with unacceptable practices. The Public Prosecutor's Office, the Federal Office, and SaferNet have been developing a project together with schools. We are on the third step now. We have workshops with the schools of pedagogy and education, trying to work in the training of teachers so that teachers can teach their future students to browse this digital world. We have several projects with this regard for prevention and education of children. And today, what I want for our day today is a very proflicuous day so that we can have a more positive internet. And I thank you very much for the opportunity of being here today. Thank you very much.
Next, would like to invite Public Policy Manager for Facebook Brazil, Mrs. Clymer. Good morning to all of you. Let me start by thanking for the opportunity to be here, to SaferNet, NIC.br, CGI. They have worked really hard to put together not only this event, but they work hard throughout the whole year in order to guarantee a safer internet to all. To us from Facebook, is a privilege to be here as we are very dear to this topic. Facebook missions is to create communities and to bring different worlds together. That would not be possible if safe communities were not created. Therefore, when we say that safety is a priority to Facebook, that is indeed so people can keep on using our services and products. Today, I'd like to elaborate and to invite you to discuss about how can technology be an ally to together build up an internet which can be protective and safe to all of us. And I will address that during my panel, Online Safety, and what Facebook has been doing to promote safety by design internet. Before we write down or we design any sort of code, we have to place the first seed of safety. I mean, a product which is fully safe to everyone. With that, let me congratulate everyone who is here today, and I wish you all a very profitable discussion. Senior Analyst for Governmental Public Policies for Google Brazil. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's such an honor to be here today. Let me thank CGI and SaferNet for this new opportunity to be here among all of you to celebrate a safe internet. After several years of collaboration between Google and all players to promote the talk of a safe internet. And today is a landmark as that fosters this very relevant debate. I'm here today to share how much Google is been collaborating 365 days a year, debating, enhancing, putting together projects and initiatives that will favor all stakeholders. That is a multisectorial reflex to allocate a rich debate. Viviane and Juliana will join us during this panel, the Google panel, and our initiatives in face of a safe internet. I also like to share that we are fully engaged on a global campaign. This is not just a day of safe internet, but rather a week of safe internet, which will be deployed throughout the rest of the year. This is a project that will raise awareness about our tools and what users should know and should have to guarantee a safer and well-informed navigation in the web. During the coffee break, you will see a safe booth outside at the foyer where you'll be able to be introduced to the main resources and you can explore three of the three main topics, such as privacy checkup, safety verifications, and to learn more about our resources and initiatives in face of a safe internet. This booklet is also available, and you are all invited to check and learn more about our initiatives. Thank you. We would like to thank you all for your comments and considerations, and you are now all invited to watch the video of the Day of Safe Internet. Ambassadors from 16 states representing the 5 regions of the country, they were trained to become multipliers. We are in Rio de Janeiro all together to celebrate the Day of a Safe Internet in Brazil. This is the second year where we have the privilege to have a group of youngsters promoting actions throughout 140 countries in the world. Out of those 20 ambassadors, 12 they got a grant from CGI participating at the global internet events, and now they can replicate whatever they had learned in Brazil. We work with that idea, and our role is to deploy it and to become the main players producing content, engaging to activities, and we have to be aware about the impacts that that may create within the internet. How can we use internet on a better way with more responsibility? Internet is a space. It's not only a space, but also it adds a huge potential where we feel freer. We had several worldwide movements as citizens, as players. It's important to be here. When we started 20 years ago to started using internet, we were self-learners, but today we have this new pathway to help us to improve our internet features. The idea is to include the companies, adolescents, youngsters, schools, parents, and users in general to distribute responsibilities where we can create new uses of internet in the country. The idea is to talk to this group of youngsters that are highly advanced in the digital systems, and together we have to try to understand how can we build up a internet which embrace its users. It's important to know what our base of user is, and we have to listen and learn from them, as well as giving some hints to them and talking to youngsters from other sectors that can be very helpful, that can be applied in my local region according to my local needs. Each one of us will develop new actions and take them to their own setting. Together, we can create a solid environment where internet will be a room not only to restrict rights but rather to multiply them. It's extremely relevant to have youngsters' participation so together we can build up a safer internet. Now I'd like to invite all our speakers to find your seats.